If the parents do not live virtuously, then the children will learn the same from the parents. And the teachers in the school and the parents are the greatest influence on the children's lives, on the children's future. And if they don't make good examples, where would the children turn to learn anything good? And if the citizens are not good, then the government cannot govern. Also, the government will be fearful of their own citizens as well. And so they will just put more brutal policies on the citizens. And unfairness, injustice will be rampant in the country. And that will infect the next countries, the neighbors' lands, and the whole world. That's why our world has become like this. You can see it well. And the government leaders should know that the weather is changing drastically, and we, the world, has become victims of unprecedented, unpredictable weather and disaster everywhere. It's getting worse and worse. It's not like they don't read the news. It's not like they don't know internet information. It's not like they don't know that the reporters and all the scientists have been warning loud and clear everywhere on every newspaper or journal or internet website, everywhere. And still they do not do anything about it. They all know that meat eating, killing animal people is the main reason, scientifically speaking, the main reason for climate change, for methane gas that is hurting our world and destroying our beautiful planet and harming people worldwide.
Industrial agriculture today is one of the largest sources of water pollution in the U.S., one of the largest sources of air pollution, one of the largest sources of greenhouse gas pollution.
The world is waking up to an environmental crisis. Across the planet, we consume a staggering 65 billion animals a year. And the latest scientific research is revealing that meat production has become one of the biggest threats to our environment.
Without the Amazon forest, the life of human beings are under threat.
I don't think the general public has any idea about what's going on to produce the bacon they fry up for breakfast.
Raising animals for food is the leading cause of deforestation, and it just takes a lot of land to raise animals because it's not just that land that the animals are physically occupying, it's that you have to grow huge numbers of crops to funnel through these animals. If you think about walking down a supermarket aisle and you pick up a whole chicken from that supermarket and you put that chicken in your basket, what you should imagine is taking a 1-gallon bottle of water, twisting the cap off, and dumping it onto the floor of the supermarket, and then doing that 1,000 more times, because that's about how many gallons of water it takes to get one chicken from shell to shelf. So if we want to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions, if we want to reduce the risk of the next pandemic, if we want to prevent wildlife extinction and animal cruelty, what we need to do is enjoy a more plant-based diet, and the meat experiences that we have, we can produce them without the need to raise animals.
And they don't do anything. They don't make a law about that, just to stop people from killing animal people. Then people will not kill people. It's so simple a solution. They don't even try. They just sit there eating up everything, eating up all the animal people, meat on their table, all the fish, living innocently in the ocean that have done nothing wrong to them, eating them all up, gulping them all down, and waiting for the world to be gone. The world is already burning hot, flooded and eroded everywhere. People suffering all over the world, and the governments seem like they don't do much. It's business as usual. Because they're safe in their seats, in their positions. They're paid anyway, no matter if they do good or not. But I'm burning inside my heart. Every day I look at the news. I work with my team I have to see all that. I want to turn a blind eye. I want to keep quiet, but I can't. So may God protect me so I can continue to do what I can and tell what I can to the people. At least this is for my God's disciples so that they can practice harder and remind themselves of being virtuous, being good, being heaven-like on this planet, to lend some of their holy energies to help this world with me. By the grace of God, we will totally succeed. We are succeeding. We are on the side of success, but it's too slow for my worry, too little for my liking. And people are suffering everywhere. It hurts my heart so much. I used to be so respectful of the governments, and now I have kind of lost this respect to some degree. I hope I will gain it back. But they have to prove it, that they really care about the survival of this world. Not just daily drown themselves in deluding comfort and make-believe security. They must wake up and remember that they also live on it. Women, children are living on this planet. We have to take care of it. The only simple solution, physically, scientifically, just do not create any more methane in order to halt climate change. Then we won't have disasters so much. Then people don't eye each other's country for more, properties, for more precious substances, like water even. Then there will be no war for competing for precious resources, just like rare minerals, expensive earth. We normally say, oh, it's cheap like dirt. No. Some dirt is very, very precious. So we can have telephone chips to talk with each other, to contact each other from thousands of miles apart. We have many other substances from Earth. We can make many other necessary instruments, scientific instruments, in order to advance, in order to have more comfortable lives, in order to survive even. So if we have peace in the world, then we will have more abundance, and we will not need to oppress the neighboring country or within countries or each other in order to survive, because we will have everything, each one. We will share. We share what we have that God has bestowed on this planet for all of us to use. We will not have to hoard anything. We will not have to kill the neighbors or oppress the neighbors to get what we want. And making war on the planet like that is so below dignity to do such things. So we have to try to limit the false, fake monks and teachers who are just using public relations kind of advertisements to make themselves big. They have techniques to do all that. They have enough high tech. They gather enough people to help them to do all these kinds of things. You have to check what they are doing, whether or not anything they say, anything they do is truly helpful to people, or if it's just a facade, just a front, just like for advertisement. Like, for example, I don't know much about other monks and priests, because I don't know them, but the one who fooled my disciples took the position from other monks and just became like a Guan Yin messenger. I did not send him, I sent another monk. And then he told everybody that it's him who should do it. And he sent that monk away, saying, it's my order. I never did such thing. I never wanted him. I never sent him there. But he snatched it. He robbed it from the other monk that I sent. And nobody reported to me because he told them that it's me who sent him. I did not, for example, like that. And then he used my name. Slowly he gained his position and he used it to ask people for donations, saying that it is for charity, but it was not. Very little bit leaked out for charity. The rest he spent it all on luxury cars, luxury watches for himself personally even. What for does a monk or a man even need so many watches and expensive ones, huh? You have only one wrist. You can only wear watch to look at time. What for you need so many luxurious watches, huh? And he's the one who owns a lot of them and has a lot of luxurious cars and taking all that from his blind followers and using my name for all that.
The following information is provided from Zheng Thum's victims about how Zheng Thum makes money. Soliciting charitable donations, Zheng Thum calls for donations from his followers in Olac or Vietnam, claiming they are for charitable purposes. Selling Zheng Thum's statues. Statues of Zheng Thum are made in Olac or Vietnam at a cost of around 100,000 VND or around $4, but are sold by him for tens of millions to over 100 million VND or around $3,939. Earnings from vegetarian restaurants. Several restaurants serve as income sources for Zheng Thum. The profits are sent to him. Also, these venues occasionally host initiation ceremonies for a small group of people. Fees for ordination. Anyone wishing to ordain must pay a fee. They are required to attend 7 retreats with him within a year to qualify. Upon registering for ordination, they must pay 7 million VND or around $276. When Zheng Thum personally cooks food and sells it, prices increase dramatically from tens of thousands or 100,000 VND to several million VND per dish. Additionally, one abused victim shared that Zheng Thum lives a very extravagant lifestyle. For example, Zheng Thum provides Lexus cars for his ordained followers, while he himself drives a Hummer. His clothing is all designer, and he buys expensive watches without even checking the price. He owns a collection of luxury watches stored in a dedicated wardrobe.
This is cowardice and evil. So if people don't recognize that, then I'm also helpless. I can't do anything. But the thing is, I'm worried about the general effect. The more negative power gathers together like that, the worse that country, wherever they are, will become. More disasters, more trouble in the country, more war pressure from other countries, for example, like that. That's what I'm worried about.